Have you watched the movie yet? Do you think the critics are right? Do you think Batman can truly beat Superman? It's nerd time.
All the nerds.
You know the oldest lie in America? That power can be innocent.
So, I haven't seen the movie yet.
You bastard.
I know. I tried so hard, but like scheduling and stuff, but all the critics point out that it was a horrible movie. No, actually, no. The critics say it was a horrible movie. The fans say it was a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
What did you guys think?
It was a good movie. I liked it.
Okay.
It was good, but it had a lot of problems. It's not a movie that I pick up and watch over and over and over again.
I would watch it again.
I mean,
I'd watch it again, yeah.
with all the trailers that were out there and all the like, it seemed like it was such a basic plot. Basically, like, you know, they point at each other being bad. They get into a fight, a bigger trouble. They team up and they fight it.
The
That's
whole
what
point
I
of the
saw.
movie was not for the plot. It was to introduce the universe. It held
Okay.
first with Man of Steel, with like to opening the door.
Yeah.
Of what I thought of the
I
movie,
didn't like Man of Steel, but
Batman and Superman was to introduce the rest, the universe. So
Okay.
they introduced a lot, like maybe too much, but a lot of things. Wonder Woman, Flash, Cyborg, Aquaman, Justice League,
which I knew
Darkseid.
they were going to do because they originally it was supposed to be just a Batman versus Superman movie, and then they added and
Technically,
added
it was
and
Man of
added,
Steel 2, and
Yeah.
then they changed.
and then they added and added and added and added, and they added so many people from the Justice League that they decided to call it Dawn of Justice. And
Okay.
Well,
What I'm thinking, I didn't see any of the other superheroes. Like, okay, I've seen the actors that they casted, but I also heard that
they
they.
are very minute roles.
Yeah.
So it's barely in nothing.
It's
Oh.
it's a few seconds,
Before-
and you can.
before we get
Easily
into
notice.
that, it was better than Man of Steel because Man of Steel was not good
I
From
like
your
it.
opinion.
in my opinion. In my opinion, Man of Steel, a big Superman fan.
Mm.
You know this.
Obviously not.
No. I'm a big Superman fan, but Man of Steel was not a good movie in my opinion.
It was better than a lot of things.
Batman v Superman was better than Man of Steel. That being said, I think that critics are being a bit too harsh on it.
Not a bit. Go on.
What did you post? You posted something like apparently The Room and Batman vs
Yeah,
Superman had this-
the Room at the time on Rotten Tomatoes, Batman v Superman was at 35%, which is what The Room is at. the 2003 Tommy Wiseau movie. Anyway, so the critics are being harsh on it, but the fans are being too generous with it. I think the real score, if you could judge a movie based on a
It's somewhere in
consensus
between.
or score, is somewhere in between. Right now, it's at like 29% on Rotten Tomatoes
29%.
by critics, but
Oh,
it's
by
at
critics.
73% by fans, by movie viewers.
Yeah.
Do the average of that, it's 51%. I'd say
I would give the movie a good 70%. 65, 70.
I had like Mark said, I had a lot of problems with it.
Okay.
I'm not going to list them all because I know I like to talk a lot.
I liked how it opened up, and we got to see the death of Bruce Wayne's parents.
Again,
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
yes, again, but it was in an open credit scene.
yeah, it was very quick.
As opposed to giving like a whole
Instead of the
backstory
whole,
of
my
Batman.
parents are dead.
Yeah.
It was just like he's having a nightmare about,
Like a year
about
one
the day that it happened. The
It's
day
kind
it
of funny
happened.
that his parents were the two people from Walking Dead.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense that Jeffrey Dean Morgan, because he was the comedian in The Watchmen, which was directed by Zack Snyder, and Lauren
and he
Cohen,
would make a great Batman if Bruce Wayne was the one who
the
died.
Flashpoint Batman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which
Fucking
is a fan
right.
art. I saw
Yeah.
that fan art. Yeah, it was really
Yeah.
great.
And with the woman, I don't remember
Lauren
her name.
Cohen.
That
But I
like
found
as a
that
Joker.
Batman had too many. Well, Bruce Wayne had too many dreams, and you didn't know when the dreams are starting and when the dream. Well, you knew when the dream ended
Because he woke up.
because in the whole intro and all that,
Well,
you see
Are
Bruce
they
Wayne.
really dreams?
Well, you see Bruce Wayne as young Bruce Wayne at the funeral of his parents, and he runs off from everybody and falls down a hole and into a cave, and then all these bats come out and they start surrounding him. But instead of him being petrified, he seems to be all happy-go-lucky, and he starts floating up to the top. And then he wakes up and he says, "Oh, they brought me up with him this time in the dream," or something like that.
Yeah, it's like he has this recurring dream, as he usually does, about the day his parents died. But this time the bats didn't scare him. They it was Jesus imagery, like right off the bat.
Yeah.
But I like seeing Bruce Wayne's view from the ground.
Oh yeah, that
the
was
battle of Zod and Superman going on in Man of Steel. It was good. It was
a retake, another point of view.
Yeah, because you don't get to see that in superhero movies, like in Avengers and stuff like that. When you see all this damage going on, you don't see what the people are doing on ground level.
My gripe with that scene is that he's like, oh, Metropolis and Gotham are like next to each other.
Yeah, I know. You could literally jump the water and you're there.
It's like they're a harbor away from each other. You could take a helicopter from the top of the Daily Planet to Gotham, basically. So Bruce Wayne
can go into
Wayne gets off the boat.
Everywhere.
Bruce Wayne gets off the boat, steals a taxi truck thing, and just drives towards the destruction. And I
think it was his car.
No, it was a taxi. You see it. It has like lights.
Taxi?
It was like a police.
It was a really nice car.
No, it was like a it wasn't his. It was like he just takes it and goes. But
no fight from the other.
My point is that
that's why I thought it was his.
He's driving towards the destruction. I know you're Batman, but what the fuck are you gonna do?
He wanted to help evacuate his Wayne.
Yeah, but he controls fear. So for him, he's just like, I'm fighting the fear. I'm going to help as many people. If I die,
he does save a little girl in the process of this, but in the end, it's like he's like calling the people, and he's like, "Get everyone out of the building." Why aren't they leaving already? I don't know.
Yeah, they're literally standing by the window watching all this destruction going on, like feet away.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh, what do we do?
And the terraformers going and destroying buildings.
Because they don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. It's just.
People are stupid.
It's just common sense. Like, oh shit, there's a spaceship in the air. I'm gonna leave now. But
most people would just stay and watch and probably record it.
Well, maybe it's accepting their fate
and then upload it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Sweet embrace of death.
I don't know. You say that's pretty cool.
I don't know. I'm sorry, and so that was just to end off my little interjection is that. The critics are being too harsh. Fans are being too generous. As it stands now, I did not like it. It has some pacing problems and editing problems. If it was shortened by maybe an hour, and all this is to set up a Justice League movie. It's a 2.5-hour Justice League trailer.
I know you're biased, but
would you go? Scene was horrible.
Oh,
would you go watch it again?
I would. I wouldn't go to theaters to watch it again, but I would watch it again. Because I'm interested in seeing this unrated 40 minute longer version of it.
And Aquaman? Let's go on that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, because you want to go through all the
I'm a big
cameos?
Aquaman fan, by the way. So
you want to go through every cameo?
Basically, the whole movie is Lex Luthor setting up Bruce Wayne, Batman, to fight Superman.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
Luthor manipulated the whole thing.
Completely. And Luthor
Jr.
Yeah. Luthor Jr.
Yeah, it's Alexander Luthor Jr. But they call him Lex Luthor.
So
the Lex Luthor we know, the bald guy, is dead.
Well, they're mixing it up because he still is the bald Luthor that we know. It's just that he's not.
Well, he's not bald. He's shaven.
Yeah, but he's just not senior.
But his father is Lionel Luthor.
That's how his character kind of got saved.
Yeah.
For me, because I thought of him as his son, not the Lex Luthor as we know him.
Yeah. So he's like.
That's why I was okay. Yeah,
kind
of you're like your own character.
Amalgam the characters to make this version of Lex Luthor.
Okay.
Sorry. So yeah, the cameos.
Yeah. So basically, Lex Luthor comes across the kryptonite rock.
Yeah.
That was from one of the crash sites.
It was crashed in India, I think.
And he wanted to get that into town, and he wanted to manipulate the government and all that to get it across the border.
To weaponize it. To
basically as a precaution against Superman, because they can't typically trust Superman because he's an alien. You never know what can happen. And then while Bruce Wayne, Batman, is totally against Superman because of what happened at the beginning, where it destroyed. Was it Metropolis there, where Wayne's power...
2 years after Metropolis. The movie takes place 2 years after the destruction of Metropolis.
So he gets into Lex Luthor's building and hacks the computer with a device. When he eventually gets that back and he opens it up on the computer, that's when he sees 4 different files, one of Flash, one of Cyborg, one of Wonder Woman, and one of Aquaman. And he goes through each one, and it shows like little clippets on how they came to be, how come they're a dossier of them.
Actually, he sends them to Wonder Woman, and she watches them, and that's when we, the audience, sees them.
Yeah.
Because there's a picture of her from the Wonder Woman movie.
Which he sends to her at the end.
Yeah, and then she goes through each of the video files of all the metahumans.
No, yeah, we see the clip when Bruce Wayne is in the Batcave.
Yeah.
At the end,
4 of them?
Yeah. At the end, we see that Wonder Woman.
And he
receives
states
that.
in the email, boys share too.
We need to meet or something. Like we need to talk.
Yeah, because he sees the photo of Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
And then you see the rest of the, because it's all encrypted and stuff.
At that point, he clicks on them.
Yeah, he watches.
He sends that. Okay, either way,
but it's at that point that we, the audience, see.
He only sends the picture to her.
I could have swore he sends her the whole file to be like, look, there's other metahumans out there, besides you.
I think he sends the whole file.
He sends the whole file, but it starts
off with the
picture.
He doesn't click on them, and we watch the video then. We're watching them off the back.
It's not important to sequence. What happens?
Well, at this point, it just...
Well, so Flash has 2 cameos in the movie.
Okay.
One is in this file.
And it's not Gustin...
No, it's Ezra Miller, who's like an indie actor.
Worst choice ever, but that's for another discussion.
I hear a lot of people are happy with him as the choice for Flash, that he's a really good actor. I don't know, I've never seen him act.
Yeah, well, I've seen for the TV Flash.
Multiple universes. They've said that everything movie and comic related is all multiple universes, all within each other, and blah, blah, blah.
That's how they did in Supergirl.
And Supergirl, Superman is actually Tom Welling, I think.
We don't know.
No, that's rumors. I don't think that.
Okay. He wants to.
Anyway, so
no, he doesn't want to.
No,
the first Flash cameo comes after Bruce's Dark Side Nightmare.
Okay,
so he's in this deserted, destroyed world. There's parademons flying around. Parademons flying around.
Parademons.
And then Batman's like, "Did you find the kryptonite?" And the soldiers betray him. And more Superman soldiers come, and they start like fucking shit up. Brilliant fight scene with like Batman in that. He's like,
no, it was really stupid though.
What?
They have gun and they go in close combat. They have guns.
Batman.
What? Like, I'm Batman. Come to me.
It's because that
scene was stupid.
He uses the guns against them too. Remember?
They have guns. They don't have to be in close combat.
They're trying to get him alive. Superman wants him.
Then shoot his the fucking leg.
Armor! He's Batman! Anyway.
No, that scene doesn't make any sense.
It's a dream. He's dreaming.
It doesn't make any sense.
Oh my god.
Go on. It doesn't make any sense.
At the end of this dream, have you played Injustice? Anyone?
Yes.
No.
Anyway, it's kind of like Injustice. Superman is is like evil. He's like a dictator, and he's like,
he's evil because
he unmasks Bruce, and he's like, she meant everything to me, and then he crushes his heart, and then he wakes up in the Batcave.
No, he wakes up into another.
I'm getting to that. He wakes up. He wakes up.
And you just do the whole video.
I'm sorry. But he wakes up, and then it's Flash's first cameo.
Cool.
Via BoomTube.
Okay. And they're just cameos. All of them are just cameos. And they don't have a particular role except for
like Mark and Nick were saying, they're all files in a computer.
Yeah, we don't see them. We don't see them. We see a video of them. Like Cyborgs is kind of interesting.
Yeah, that was cool.
Come on. You see only almost like RoboCop.
Yeah.
Nothing to him.
It was like the head and a part of the chest.
And he's on like this big sort of like a big light up board with all sorts of technology and all that. And he's like, they're trying to revive him or bring him back to life, and there's nothing coming to life.
Well,
and it keeps
fodder. Like you say, Dave, but it's just him.
And
it's the guy from Terminator.
Yeah. Miles Dyson. And then he keeps on trying, and then he goes to a next file. Oh, we keep trying this. Next file.
About Cyborg?
About Cyborg.
Okay, yeah.
And then it shows this cube thing, which is like an alien technology thing.
The BoomTube.
Yeah.
The Demon Box?
Well, I don't remember the specific name. I thought it was named Demon Box.
Then all of a sudden you see it like shaking and opening up, and it sort of digitizes and goes on to Cyborg and start rebuilding him, like his arms, his legs,
Yeah.
and then it cuts out. And that was all Cyborg's little thing. Aquaman's was kind of really dirty as shit.
Really?
Yeah, because they show like some kind of investigation under seas, and there's like I don't know,
a wrecking,
like a wreckage
ship
of something,
or
yeah.
like
And the
submarine.
camera goes near, and it's so slowly paced, like extremely paced.
That's my problem. The scene is very well made. It's just so slow that you don't see, like not the violence, but the how strong he is.
No, you see,
In that scene, he's lame.
you see his eyes glow at first, and then when he comes sort of out of the shadows, you see him like,
He's like looking at
And
the
like
camera.
watching
Like a fish,
them.
like just-
yeah, like looking around, like with this little like
Yes.
smirky smile on his face, and
Then he smashed. No, he does.
and then he goes,
something,
and then the camera goes back, and you see him go whoosh, and you see like a big like tidal wave, just underwater. I actually would have preferred seeing him out cold on the waterfront.
Oh yeah, me too.
At the beginning
Yeah.
when they showed the kryptonite,
Yeah.
I was thinking of that.
because I know that was, I guess, the ship that was over in the water that was like stranded there,
Mhm.
and that's where they found the kryptonite. But it almost looked like, say, an Atlantis idol that was there,
Yeah,
and
that was
that
cool.
would have been cooler if, say, the ship crash landed in the middle of
Yeah.
the ocean and made like some bit of a tidal wave bringing parts of Atlantis up, and you have him unconscious. Where he doesn't say anything, he doesn't move, he's unconscious, and they bring him to the hospital or something as John Doe or something.
Mm.
Or Arthur Curry.
Yeah, because that's his name.
He's actually an actual person. In the
I don't
real
think
world.
in this
In
one.
this
He's not an
version,
actual
no.
real person. He's a character.
No,
And Flash, you see him in the.
Flash, you see him in two cameos.
Yeah.
One is a file in that a convenience store is getting robbed, and he just like and stops the robber.
Yeah, but it looks like
But-
it's one mega
but-
electric.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like because he runs so
Explosion or
fast
something.
that it fucks up the
Yeah.
camera, and it looks like
Fucks
he's
up
just,
everything.
yeah, it looks like he's just standing in one spot, but he goes around and like,
With his dreadlocks.
well, he's got
It was
his-
cool. I
He's
like
got,
it.
he's got
No,
like
it was-
he's got a ponytail.
He's got huge ass ponies.
The first
The
one
first
was-
cameo,
that was awesome.
he explodes via boom tube in full costume. And
Yeah, his
he's like-
costume's like deteriorating. The armor that he has
Yeah.
over, and you see the red Flash costume.
And what kind
underneath
of
it.
what kind of a costume does Flash have?
It's kind of like in New 52-ish, a little bit like Injustice.
Okay.
It's like an armor. It's not
Okay,
like a
okay.
spandex suit.
Yeah.
It's not a fireman suit like in the show. It's like an armor.
Yeah.
And with that one though, Bruce Wayne wakes up again
Yeah.
after
So
that one's shown.
and he comes through and he's like, "Oh, Bruce, you were right about him. Lois Lane is the key. You have to bring us together." And then he says, "Oh no, I'm too early. I have to go." And then he like a robo suit like closes on him and he gets sucked back into the portal. And then Bruce Wayne wakes up.
That's a shitty introduction for characters, I find. I haven't seen it. Maybe it's nice, maybe it's not, but the way you guys say it, it seems like a shitty introduction for a character. I wish I would see
Well, because
like-
it's not the point.
Wonder Woman's was interesting.
Yeah, but do you think they
Wonder
should
Woman
all
is
bring them into a movie
fine.
at one point, or they should all have their own separate movies? Like
Well,
if
that's
they
what's
would,
Well, they
happening,
need to
kind of.
speed things up. Marvel has already that step ahead. You know.
By 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
They can't like afford to have
So-
one movie for each. They will have each their own movies.
After Justice League.
Yeah.
so basically we're gonna have a Justice League before we get an introduction of
each person.
Aquaman.
Well, we're getting Wonder Woman.
It's Suicide Squad, then Wonder Woman, Justice League
Flash,
2,
Cyborg.
Flash, Cyborg, Justice League 2.
Yeah.
It's like, but the thing is that with that Flash through the boom tube thing and all of these dreams, all of Bruce's dreams, which honestly, you cut out all the dreams and you have a better movie already. Because, like I said, most of the movie is to
Well, I like the Flashpoint reference.
a lot of the movie is to introduce the Justice League. It's not really a Batman v Superman movie. It's you have each of them talking about like not liking the other, and then they fight for 5
So
minutes.
instead they would have.
And they only fought because of Lex Luthor, which I wasn't a huge fan of this version of Lex Luthor. It was too maniacal, like too crazy.
I like the actor.
I preferred like Gene
Jesse-
Hackman.
Jesse Eisenberg. Yeah.
I actually quite
I like
enjoyed the Lex Luthor performance because you see him. For once, he's not a fucking real estate evil businessman like we've always seen, like Gene
I like
Hackman.
that.
Like his father.
Like no, I like the calculated Lex Luthor.
I like that's
like
fine.
when he gets angry.
but for this one, you see him
But
that
I'm just like,
he's got a different face for each event. He's got his public face. He's got his private face.
And
Like
a lot of times the sentences that he was saying, they were not full sentences. He would start a topic
yeah, because
and
he's
then he
like
would split off
he's
to another
thinking off
topic
on
and-
something. Yeah, he's like thinking like a big picture around like outside the box thing, and then you see his like true character when he's up close with someone, like when he feeds the candy to the guy, basically saying like you're a dog, you're my little bitch, you know, like. He's like, yeah, I want Zod's body. I want full access to this.
Zod's body. Like, really? We had to get, like, a dummy?
No, that was Michael Shannon.
No.
Yeah.
The one going in the water? No.
Oh, no, that one, no. But Michael Shannon did just lay there for the scene.
The blood putting on his face. No, that was all dummy.
Yeah.
So you think it would be better to introduce Justice League in Justice League, not in Batman vs. Superman?
Well, the cameos were fine because they weren't that long and they were all in one shot. But, you know, to have the nightmare one after another.
Yeah, no, that was too much.
And then the Flash
again,
YouTube thing.
That's for introduce Darkseid.
Yeah.
Because when he wakes up in the dream, the first thing you see is the Omega logo for Darkseid. This is the first thing you see. And then you see the parademons.
Yeah.
And then that dream was made to introduce us to Darkseid.
Okay.
Without seeing Darkseid.
Doomsday was cool.
Doomsday was good.
And we
the
called
last version of Doomsday was cool.
we called it.
There's Darkseid
we called
and Doomsday?
You don't see
Darkseid's not in the movie. It's just to introduce him. It's like...
Oh, this is stupid.
But Doomsday was
You gotta see the
cool
movie.
that once he was getting attacked and all that, the more he got damaged and more
So
power he
that, like you
absorbed.
said,
Which
right?
is
Like
true.
you said, it
Which
became
is
like,
just
Ripped
like
off like a
McLaren.
layer of skin, and then you have
And he
more
gets
bones.
the bones coming out and
Okay,
stuff like
good.
that.
He doesn't go all bone like he does in the what he
like a
looks
beard.
like.
Oh,
But
who
he
knows?
has,
Maybe at some point.
I like when his arm gets chopped off and you have that big spike.
And he gets
out
a
of his
blade.
arm.
He gets like a spike. And here's the thing, which is another gripe I had, is that they didn't learn from Man of Steel in that they tried to show that they learned from Man of Steel. You know how there was so much destruction at the end of it and so many casualties we could assume happened? It happens again, but with Doomsday. And
Less
because they're like, oh, it's past the working hours, so there's not as many people in the city.
My God.
Like, what? And then Superman brings him into space to fight him, which makes perfect sense. That solves more civilian problems.
I love when they send the nuke, and then you see Superman like
and
nearly
Superman-
dead.
Superman dies for like 2 minutes because of a nuclear bomb,
Wow.
which would kill him.
And then the suns comes like from back the earth and replenish him with
And
power.
you see him like,
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
So-
actually quite accurate.
that's when he dies the first time in the movie.
But before that,
Spoiler.
there's Wonder Woman's fight scene.
She was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm
She
not
was
a fan.
hot.
I'm not a fan from the of the actress. I think it's a really
What?
poor choice.
I think it's a really poor choice too.
But I loved her acting in the movie.
Why is it a bad choice?
I don't, she doesn't feel like an Amazon.
Yeah.
For me.
Basically, add like a 30 pound of muscles. Okay.
She's really beautiful, and the way she talks and articulates and everything, she sells sex. Like,
She's a
pure
freaking top
sex.
model. How do you want to make me believe that she's stronger or even as Superman?
But that's the problem. In the comics, Wonder Woman is both. She is a model Amazon. She's super good looking. She can be classy because she's a princess.
She's muscular.
But when she wears dresses, she looks beautiful. In the comics, in
muscular.
the animated series, but not beef. That's the problem.
Yeah, but you need to understand there's a difference
Yes,
between
there's historical-
like Arnold Schwarzenegger and a top model.
Yeah, but there's historical accurate and there's comic accurate. I think she was comic accurate, not
No.
historical Amazon accurate.
So you guys didn't notice what they did to solve the, let's call it the Amazon problem, in that she's too short / too thin to play the character. I didn't mind her, because I don't know who she is. I know she's from Fast and Furious, but I'm not.
I don't care who she is.
But
I'm just saying
did you
that.
notice? But did you notice what they did to make her seem like she is an Amazon, a tall Amazon? You didn't notice that while throughout the movie. Every time it shows her, she's by herself.
Yeah.
With high heels.
She's by herself. Maybe she's got high heels on. You don't really see her height because she's alone. When she's standing next to Ben Affleck, who's a tall motherfucker, she's got to be standing on something because it's a very close shot and they're the same height. And then at the end, after the fight with Doomsday, she's standing next to Lois Lane and she's noticeably taller than Lois Lane.
Okay, so she's a tall asparagus.
No. I'm saying
I mean,
no. I'm saying they use CG to make her look taller. The way they made Chris Evans look tiny in Captain America, they did the reverse with her. Is what I'm saying.
Okay. Still.
I didn't mind the fight scene with her. It wasn't bad.
Her
Oh
music,
no, yeah.
she had the best music in the movie. she got her own theme song. Music was done by Hans Zimmer and Junkie XL, and they each did portions of the movie. And hers is like the best of the movie. And then she's got
Well, the whole movie is basically Hans Zimmer.
And I may be an idiot, but
I remember.
I didn't realize that both Bruce Wayne's mother and Clark Kent's mother are the same name.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
They were both named Martha.
Martha Kane.
It was a classic name
Kent.
back then.
I didn't realize
In the
that.
30s.
Throughout the whole movie, it was so like Martha, Martha, Martha. Even in the grave,
Yeah.
the tombstone that you saw on the wall of the Waynes, there was a bouquet of flowers blocking off Thomas Wayne's name. So you
Yeah.
don't see Thomas, you just see Martha Wayne. And even when Thomas Wayne was like dying on the ground, he's like Martha. He says Martha. There's no
Like it's
mention
his
of
last
Thomas anywhere.
Yeah, it's his last dying breath. He says,
And that's how Lex Luthor gets Superman to fight Batman, is he captures Martha.
Kent.
Kent.
Because Wayne is dead.
yeah, but
And then
that's
Superman dies.
but. Well, you guys want to talk about the fight
Oh, sure.
because you've read Dark Knight Returns.
Mhm.
That's basically what the fight is based on.
With
Is
the
that
with the guy
when he's in the armor and
yeah,
stuff?
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It goes back and forth because he created a gas with the kryptonite.
He weaponized the kryptonite. Batman did.
He made, I think it was 3 grenades, 3 of those
Mhm.
exploding grenades, and a spear.
Yeah. He three gas
Why
grenades.
not bullets?
Don't worry about it.
A spear. Why don't, like, you have a big ass
'Cause-
rock,
no,
and you
spear's
want to
more
hit
brutal.
everything?
Yeah, but I think with the bullets he would eventually, I don't know, it would bleed out or pop
slow
out or
him
something.
down?
It would
Yeah,
slow him
maybe.
down, but the gas I think would have done, or does a little bit more damage.
Basically-
He can stay in his system though.
Okay, gas,
That's true.
he can move, then 6 bullets in the air. He's
then.
done.
So is
Have
Martha.
you done this before?
Well,
No.
if you
Why do you say? You heard something?
if you remember the fight from the comic, it starts
Yeah.
out almost the same way. Batman does like this sonic blast thing to like really like fuck up his hearing,
Yeah.
and then he does like turret traps and stuff, and it's like a very Batman type fight. And then he pops him with the gas, and he like inhales it, and he's like, "Oh fuck!" And he basically turns human, even though I think it would have killed him.
And that's when he zooms. You see in the trailer when he zooms up to Batman and he goes to punch Batman, and Batman just.
And blocks it, you know?
Yeah.
So they fight for like a bit, they destroy this warehouse, and then Superman starts getting his power back. That was a little good bit. Superman gets his power back, and Batman's like beating his head into a wall, but then he starts getting his power back, and the punches start to slow down, and he's eventually like standing there, and he's like... like... oh shit! Oh shit! Oops! So they fight for a bit, and Superman's like just trying to get him to listen. He's not trying to fight him. He's like, I just want to
Well,
talk
at some
to you.
point.
Yeah, because he's trying to knock some sense into him. Because Batman's just like, I have to kill you. Because Batman's motivations don't make sense in the movie, honestly.
Yeah, no.
But
At all.
so he's like, I don't want to fight you. I just want you to listen to me. And Batman's like, my parents are dead. So they end up fighting each other, and he pops him with the gas again, and he starts beating him some more, and he's about to kill him. And that's when the Martha thing comes in.
He's got Martha.
That's so stupid.
And then
And then Batman has this whole little Martha, like
And
not
he's like-
realizing that Superman's mother is Martha. That's
Yeah.
Martha. Martha.
And he's like, why did you say that name? So he's like, my parents are dead. And then he's like, and Lois Lane comes, and she's like, his mother's name is Martha, and Lex Luthor has him. And he's like, oh, I guess we're friends now.
It's
She went
literally,
hard tonight.
it's literally what happens.
Yeah.
They fight.
Okay, you're chill now.
They fight for all of 5 minutes. They realize that Batman realizes that they have the same name for their mothers, and he's like, oh, I guess you really are a good guy.
Well, the whole story of
And
Batman,
quick
like even
change to his
today.
other costume.
I think
Oh,
it was
yeah.
under I think it was under the suit.
Well,
it's
yeah,
implying.
not
Yeah,
with the mask.
I think it was implying it's under the suit.
Well, because his
Oh, no,
whole
'cause it
face
breaks
was
off.
all
Yeah, yeah,
broken,
you're right,
and his
you're right.
voice changer was all
it's
screwed up.
just like
It's a cowl. Yeah, you see him take it off throughout the movie anyway. It's like just one piece, the helmet.
And with the eye makeup.
Dude, it's a dream.
Are you going to see it soon?
I'll wait for the DVD.
Really?
Blu-ray.
In Blu-ray. I don't know. I think it seems like it's not worth it.
Well, you're not a DC fan.
Well, not a DC fan. I don't know. Not okay. I'm
You're
more
not.
of a Marvel. Like I read DC, but I'm more of a Marvel fan. Yeah.
I mean, I would just to see it, just to like have your. In the end, it's your own individual opinion that's more important than a critic score or an audience score or
Yeah.
an amalgam of the two. But
Well, it's suffering from the same problem. Off topic with the Ninja Turtles,
how so?
the first Ninja Turtle, the one with Michael Bay and all that.
Okay, yeah.
The
Okay.
critics hated it.
Mhm.
The fans loved it,
Yeah.
and they're just
I liked it.
they're just
That was
overhyping
really
it.
good.
They're overhyping it because they're huge fans of the Ninja Turtles. But if you go to the critics and you look at the break it down, it's not a very good movie if you break it down. So the same thing with Batman v Superman. The critics hate it. The fans love it. So it's the same idea.
Big fan of Ben Affleck.
Mhm.
So I'm expecting him to play a good Batman.
He was
He was a really good Batman.
He was a really good Batman.
My only
So
problem was his eyes. Because he has a bit of a slanted eyes.
Oh yeah.
And he has
yeah, I
all that
noticed
black makeup around it.
yeah.
So you see his eyes slightly like that, and they're white, really white. So he looks kind of depressed throughout as Batman.
Well,
Well,
isn't
it's
he
Batman.
depressed?
I know, but because his cowl has a nice frown to it, but his eyes are like sort of droopy. He looks too.
And his other fight scene, these are Batman fight scenes that we've been like waiting for.
Yeah.
He's got 2 fight scenes as Batman with like
Yeah.
a lot of guys, like you would see in the comics or in
Yeah.
the video games.
With
and they're-
Martha.
Both
For Martha.
looks, yeah,
Yeah.
both looks amazing. It's like, oh my god, this is
they
it.
look.
But they are both incredibly stupid.
The first one I understand, but when you
The second one, the guy is like not human. I'm sorry. You don't do this, and the guy doesn't go like 20 meters up the wall.
Like he's
That's
a,
impossible.
he's a ninja.
You're telling me he has
The guy is
gadgets
not
in his suit?
Superman. Huh?
He has gadgets in
Yeah, he
his
probably
suit.
has an
There's something in
exoskeleton
there.
that just pushes the weight, but even
No,
in that.
no, it's
No.
physics. No.
But why is he wearing an armor? It's
No, he
impossible
doesn't
that it's
have an
falling
armor. Well,
off.
I think that's-
and that's what's really cool about the fight scene is that you could see that the armor is like it looks like a rubber suit, but it's like all armor because he's getting like shot in the back of the head and he's
Yeah.
not even reacting. He's like
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
focusing
that's
over
true.
here,
Yeah.
and these guys are shooting him in the back, and
yeah,
he's just like
and,
whatever.
and when a guy comes with a knife to punk it, well, that's okay. A knife is okay, but guns
Yeah, the
directly
knife
at
goes
you.
right in. He's like, oh.
But bullets? No,
it's a weak spot.
Yeah.
bullets on his head.
Everybody knows
the
that.
armor on the cranium.
Weak.
A weak knife.
Oh, Alfred.
Oh, no.
How do you feel, Alfred?
Oh, Jeremy Irons
Yeah.
was so great as Alfred.
I liked him as Alfred. The only
It was
problem-
funny.
The only problem with since we didn't see him growing up with him, he felt more like a sidekick than a butler.
But that's what he is.
He's he's not. It's the,
I felt the proximity of both of them
Yeah.
because they are like father, son.
surrogate father and son.
Yeah. And I kind of no. You know what? It's not true. They are more friends than father-daughter.
Father son.
Son. Yeah, but he's so good. He's such a good actor.
Well, I just hear Megabyte.
Megaplate, the new
Or
Megaplate.
when like he like with the controls
With the joysticks,
of the
yeah.
Batwing.
He did a really good job, and he has like some good lines. He's got that Alfred sassiness, you know, like when he's like, "Oh, you know, even you got too old to die young, not for lack of trying." Or when he's talking about having kids,
Mhm.
and he's just like, "Oh, like Bruce Wayne like got drunk and slept with this woman," and Alfred comes over and he's like cleaning up the bottles, and he's like, "Oh, well, good to see the future of the Wayne family won't be able to enjoy wine." Oh, who are you kidding, Alfred? There's gonna be no future for the Wayne family. Go see the movie.
So you like the movie?
It was okay.
So you like the movie?
Could be better.
I like the movie. I will probably watch it again on Tuesday.
All right, Tuesday.
We are, and we are all the nerds.
Hey, that's gonna be great.
Okay, so was
He
the
doesn't watch these, right?
Nobody does.
That goes to the end.
Go to the end.